I don't know.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Don't know.
Here's what we do know. There is panic in those streets, baby. Happy Wednesday. Could have put the foot on the neck last night, and nice guy Dave did not.
Really?
I don't know.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened, Jack.
It's all Dave's fault. It's 100% Dave's fault. Nice guy, Dave.
Bergie and I were with the people at Spring Street Bar watching it with our friends from Jim Beam and a lot of fans. We could see it in real time. I didn't go to bed at 8:30 last night. Well, actually, I could have because the game was over. It was a final.
I don't know.
It was nice to go.
It was
nice to go to sleep last night early, George. It was nice when you sent a group text and said, "Okay, everybody can go to sleep early tonight.
Time for bed."
And I looked at my phone and I looked at the end of the game and it was about 8:20, 8:30, whatever time it was, and I went, "This is what time it should have ended last night, meaning Monday night."
Yeah,
but it was not a good performance. And I will just start off with this, and I'll say this to all you guys. I made the assumption that the team that won, the Dodgers, Monday night in the 18-inning marathon in the all-time classic, I thought the team that won had stolen the soul from the team that had lost. I was wrong, because the team that lost, the Blue Jays, those guys woke up, those guys shook it off, and as they said, pretty much to a man after the game, they didn't win the World Series. They won a game. Right. And Toronto went out there, and it looked like the fresher of the two teams. And really, it just went to script. If you could get past the Dodgers starting pitcher and Ohtani wasn't blowing dudes up, if you could get to the bullpen, you got a real chance to win, and that's what happened last night.
Bergie, do we have panic in the streets?
So, no, it's not panic in the streets. I know you want to go through this whole panic. Chris, it's 2-2.
We were going to sweep up.
It's 2-2. They're not down 3-1. They didn't lose the series.
Soul,
hey, and you want to blame?
Night.
Hold on one sec. Hold on.
You
want to blame?
Soul was stolen from them last night.
It's a ridiculous sentiment. Overall,
the
fact
final
of
score don't look ridiculous,
Dave,
does it?
Yeah, no, they lost last night.
They got
what
blown
Dave
apart.
Did, you want it? Okay, are you going to punch yourself out now too?
No, go
okay.
ahead.
I like that.
Get him, Berg. Get him, Berg.
Yeah.
It's 7:05. Why don't you have something to say?
I don't know.
Because you keep jumping on top of me before
Well,
I
right into
Yeah.
Now it becomes
Well,
insult.
that's true. You have
Berg.
not let him actually speak.
So go ahead and speak.
There's that.
So
Get
you're
him, Berg.
blaming Dave Roberts. You're going, oh, Dave didn't step on their throat. First of all, there's two different things here. There's the approach at the plate. The Blue Jays have a much, much better approach at the plate right now than the Dodgers do. It's seen just by Andres Jimenez in the seventh inning, just a little flare single because he's not trying to swing for the fences with guys on base on every single at bat. Instead, he's just trying to get singles, trying to move guys along, move the line around so that you can get those 4-run innings. The Dodgers are just trying to hit home runs every single time, and you could live by the home run and die by the home run. So far this postseason, they've lived by the home run. And by the way, for the Dave Roberts portion of it, once it got a little bit out of hand, he did the exact right thing and didn't use the big arms in his bullpen. We don't need to see Blake Trinan. We don't need to see Anthony Banda. And Jack Dry was great, but he's also a secondary piece. Everybody else in that bullpen is now ready to go. You have Blake Snell on the mound. There is no need at all for panic.
Well, so I will say this.
About that.
I will say this. While you're accurate, history would say different, is what I would say. Okay? The Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Is that what we have to do now? We all have to say it. Like when George says the Dodgers, it takes like 5 people until we get to Boog Shambi.
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
Yeah, he's the punctuation. Yes.
Right.
The Dodgers have had a lead in every game of the series. Okay? Which is great. But they only have 2 wins to show for it. They're the 15th team since the wild card era. Okay, so not that, a decent sample size, I would say. That's back to 1995. So what is that, 30 years? Okay?
That's a decent sample size.
Pretty good, George.
Nice math.
So they're the 15th team in the wild card era to lead each of the first 4 games of the World Series, and only the 4th to not lead the series at that point. Each of the previous 3 before them went on to lose the series. Here are those teams. The 1997, Lindsay, Cleveland team. Okay.
I think they lost to the Florida Marlins that year.
They did. The 2002 Giants, they lost to the Angels.
Right.
And the 2015 Mets, okay?
The 2015 Mets?
Lost to the Kansas City Royals.
There you go.
The Dodgers are the fourth team. So while you're right, and Vegas still has them as the betting favorite, minus 210, I believe, to plus 170 for Toronto. History says the Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
History also says that the team that wins Game 3 that the Dodgers wins the series 70% of the time. History also says that if you...
Right, but we're also now past Game 3.
Sure, yeah. I mean, but these are what history says. So there's also one towards the Blue Jays. When a team sweeps the NLCS or CS series and the other team goes seven games, the 7-game winning team usually wins the series, has won every single series by sweeping. That didn't happen either.
I gotta
now
say
it's a
this.
4-4.
No, I
so
understand, Greg,
confused
but now that
lost.
we're at Game 4, none of that stuff you're just referencing actually matters. Like it's no longer in play. Is what
Nothing
I'm saying.
you said mattered. Wow.
Sure, I know.
Sedano's got Nuggets
game-
this morning, and I'm going to be honest, Berkey, his Nuggets are a little bit more golden than yours right now.
It is, but each game. So now, okay, let's. What are the Nuggets for? Let's see what happens in Game 5.
I don't
the
know.
Winner in Game
I'll let you know when Game 5 happens.
Right, because after Game 2, the winner of Game 2 also wins 70% of the time.
I get it, but what I'm saying is we're now through 4 games, which means that all those numbers previous to that are out the window. Like that's how it works. When you have a different game and the odds change and the history change and the context changes, you no longer rely on the previous information. You have new information.
Bergie, hold on. Let me just ask you a question.
Yeah.
I always tell you that Dodger fans are a very arrogant fan base, but that arrogance has been earned. When I say that, you guys always say to me, it's okay. We're still going to win. We're still fine. It's 2-2 in the World Series.
Okay.
After after the previous night's game, yesterday's show was all about, wow, what an inspirational group of guys who make plays, guys who come in that weren't expected, guys who have stories. Yeah, we all went Radio Ronaldo yesterday. But now the series is tied at 2 apiece. And the issue is that we have this expectation that every time a guy like Ohtani takes the mound, he's going to knock out 10 guys and he's going to hit 3 home runs. We have an expectation that every time Blake Snell goes out, he's going to go 8 innings and he's going to strike out everybody and he's going to have a historic performance. I would say to you that I've been going back early this morning and I've been looking at Blake Snell throughout these entire playoffs. I will just tell you this. I'm worried about Blake Snell's performance today because if Blake Snell doesn't go deep into this game and you do get to this bullpen and this bullpen doesn't perform, this team could be in trouble. And by the way, if the Dodgers go back to Toronto 3-2 and they're down 3-2, they're in big trouble because you saw what Toronto did in the previous round when they were down 3-2 and they came home and they won the final 2 games against Seattle. I think that the Dodgers better freaking win today's game or they're in massive trouble.
So I think there's a little bit more to that because Game 6 starter is Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who just had a complete game. So you feel really good about that game.
But just give me a quick timeout on that, real quick.
Sure.
See, that's my point, is that your
expectation is he's going to go and pitch another complete game. Basically.
Correct.
No,
Correct.
I don't expect a complete game. I never expect
You
a complete
expect
game.
a great performance, though, because he's given you back-to-back complete games,
Sure.
And they've been incredible. What happens if Snell isn't great? What happens if Yamamoto isn't great? What happens if Ohtani isn't great? Well, we saw it last night.
Well,
he was good. He was real good. But then he got to the bullpen, and the bullpen gave up a bunch of runs.
Yeah. So there's Ohtani. First of all, the Ohtani portion of all of it is that the Dodgers are right now relying way, way too heavily on Ohtani to just do absolutely everything. He has to pitch 7 innings and have 10 strikeouts. He has to get 3 home runs. If he doesn't get home runs, this team, or even get on base, this team does nothing right now. We're way too Ohtani reliant, and that is a very, very real thing. When it comes to Yamamoto, though, I don't expect him to go full. I expect him to have a good game because every time he has a big game, he shows up. He is that guy that shows up for you whenever you need him. So I do trust that he's going to have a good game. If you go Yamamoto to Sasaki, that's really good. If you go Yamamoto, if Sasaki has to go too, he can. There's just different ways to go about it. It's not that I feel like, yes, we've absolutely won this. This is going to be a real series. This is a real series. It's a best of 3. And this team can win 2 of 3 games. They've done it very, very many times before.
Yeah.
I do like the Blue Jays approach better than the Dodgers.
Listen, they are not even letting things get to a second strike right now. Like hell, not even alone sometimes a second pitch. They are doing the thing that Milwaukee tried to do in their series but couldn't do it successfully. And they're I think Verducci called it their fast break offense, right, yesterday. And that's it. Like they're being aggressive at the plate.
Yeah, I'll just tell you guys this. So Blake Snell, I look back to this first game in this series where the Blue Jays won 11-4. Blake Snell went 5 innings. He gave up 8 hits, 5 earned runs. He walked 3 and he struck out 4 and he gave up a home run. Now I'm just reading you the box score, but you guys all saw the performance. But if you go back, Blake Snell has been really, really great in these playoffs, and he had that one performance in particular. It was against Milwaukee, and that was the game we were talking about where he went 8 innings and he gave up only 1 hit and he struck out 10 guys. Blake Snell is not traditionally through his career, and he's had a great career. 2 Cy Youngs, a no-hitter when he was with the San Francisco Giants. Blake Snell is a great pitcher, but Blake Snell's career has generally been as a 5-inning type of guy. We've seen the very, very, very best of Blake Snell in the game against Milwaukee. Frankly, when you're that good, you don't really get much better. And I'm very worried about Blake Snell's performance tonight because if Blake Snell can't go deep into this game and the Dodger bullpen comes in, they may blow it. But, Bergie, to your point, home runs, they cover warts. Home runs win games and make you forget about all the bad at-bats and the lack of production. The offense of this Dodger team has not been good the entire postseason.
It hasn't.
To their credit, they have found ways to win series and win games. But the fact of the matter is, the offense, which is what carried this team, has not been good so far in the postseason.
Meanwhile, the Blue Jays are the opposite. They've now won 7 games by over 4 runs during this postseason. Only the 2023 Rangers and 2010 Rangers have done that. And so, they are a legit offense you have to worry about, to Cappy's point. And if Blake Snell, who historically is not a guy that goes deep into games, has to come out because he has an average start. We're not saying he even gets shelled. He just has an average start where, let's say, it's 2-2 at the end of 5 or 6 where he has to get out. And then you have to rely on that bullpen, which gave you the miracle run 2 nights ago, but then started to look more like themselves yesterday. Yeah, that's when you have to worry at least a little bit.
So Anthony Bonda, the 2 guys in the bullpen you're talking about, Anthony Bonda and Blake Trinan, they were, you love the word trust tree, they were at the very top of the trust tree coming into the season. And as the season went on, both of them dropped pretty heavily. So when they went in last night, they were really the only guys available because of the night before. Now you have Justin Robleski, who looked really, really good the other night. You can go back to Emmett Sheehan. You can go back to Edgardo Henriquez, who looked really, really good the other night. Possibly even a Will Klein, although 4 innings, probably too many to go pitch him again. But at the same time, Blake Snell, you said you went through his numbers from this postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Against Cincinnati, he went 7 innings and gave up 2 runs. Against Philadelphia, he went 6 innings, only gave up 1 hit. Mm-hmm. Against Milwaukee, he went 8 innings, only gave up 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
He did have a bad game against Toronto, but He has shown this year as a Dodger, not where he was in his past, as somebody that can go deeper and wants to go deeper and show that he is the ace of the staff. He believes he is the ace. We all think it's Yamamoto because it probably is, but he believes he is that guy. And at home, he is better at Dodger Stadium than he is on the road.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, is that for Blake Snell and for the Dodgers to win this game, the Dodgers, for Blake Snell and for this team, I won't call them by name because then it'll just distract us for another 30 seconds.
Dodgers.
Los Dodgers.
All right, screw it. The Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
For Blake Snell, he's going to have an outstanding performance. Now, it doesn't have to be 8 innings, and it doesn't have to be 9 strikeouts, and it doesn't have to be 1 hit. Blake Snell has to be really good. Blake Snell has to go deep. The bullpen has to pick him up when they come in, presumably because they will. But forget about the pitching for a second. who's going to hit other than Ohtani or Freddie with a dramatic walk-off? Who's planning on hitting? Is Mookie Betts planning on getting involved in this World Series at the plate? Just a question.
Sure, and Mookie Betts has reverted himself back. He has gone back to what he was for most of the season. So he needs to get back into whatever mindset that he had when he said, you know what, just screw it, everything.
Or
yeah.
it's just baseball. I mean, he's going through ebbs and flows like any other player would.
Sure.
I mean, Ohtani was struggling to start the postseason. Like, that's baseball.
Yeah,
but you got to get him back, man.
It's baseball.
You got to get Mookie. He's the one guy of all the guys. He's a superstar. He's a champion. He's a face guy. He's an all-time great player. Mookie Betts must perform.
Yeah, he needs to get back into that mindset.
Bergie, who's going to pitch Game 7?
Game 7, it would probably be Tyler Glasnow. Which they won the game with Tyler Glasnow. But okay, we were talking about Blake Snell and how great
Right, but
he
they
has to
did
be.
not win the game because of Tyler Glasnow. As a matter of fact,
No,
we
they
spent a
didn't
lot
win.
of time the day before talking about it and who was more on the trust tree. And at the end of the day, not that Scherzer pitched great either, but he
Right.
certainly pitched better than Glasnow did. that
They
day.
both, neither one of them got out of the fifth. I
Well,
believe.
but
Yeah.
Scherzer left the game. I
With a
believe
lead.
it was two runs.
It
If I
was,
recall correctly.
it was 4-2, and then he left, and they tied it up pretty
Okay, but
there
right,
after.
4-2, right. Glasnow had the one blow-up inning that we expected him to have.
Sure. So, but for tonight,
Panic is in the streets.
there's no panic.
That's why you got to win tonight.
No, okay,
you
but
have to
Tonight is
win.
a must-win.
You have
Oh,
to
no,
win
no.
this game
If you
tonight.
lose tonight,
It
You're
is
screwed.
a final.
You are
it's-
screwed.
You are really, really in danger.
You
at
give
that point.
Toronto a chance to go home with 2 games to win 1 in front of that crowd. And again, the way they came back from Seattle down and they knocked out 2 straight wins to get here, I'm telling you right now, you must no excuse. Don't tell me they're going to go, hey, they won 2 in Philadelphia. Yeah, that was game 1 and game 2. That wasn't game 6 and game 7. They must
agree.
win tonight or they're effed